I'm Alison Toy, chairman of the orchestra, and I play the violin. We've had several attempts to get back together again over the past year, setting up rehearsals and sessions. And often these have had to be cancelled, sometimes at the last moment because of changes in the COVID situation or changes in the regulations. There aren't many venues large enough in Lancaster for an orchestra the size of Haffner, and we're very pleased to be able to play in the Great Hall at the university. We're very grateful to the staff of Lancaster Arts for helping us organise these sessions. We've had to put in place a lot of mitigation features, such as social distancing, extra ventilation, extra cleaning, hand sanitizer stations, one-way systems. The players have had to print their own music, and they've had to sit at least 2 metres apart.
Well, the challenges very much are playing with a large group of people for the first time in 16 months. You have to work balance, listening, and it was particularly difficult because the social distancing was very much 2 metres apart. Playing, listening to the strings, listening to the brass, following Jonny. Are you behind? Are you ahead? And that, because we haven't met up for 16 months, was particularly difficult this time round.
The distance from the cellos and the violins is normally it's a surround sound, and it all goes back to playing chamber music. You want to play from your core being and not a distant thing which is all visual. It just doesn't really work as well as playing with people in a small setting where you can actually hear them and play with them.
I haven't found the distancing too bad because, being at the back of the orchestra, and also we tend to sit a few feet apart anyway because we have to hold the horn. That's what we do. That to me has not been as different as I guess it must be for the string players. I was quite worried about the COVID restrictions and what they would mean to how we would play together. And it's been better than I thought it would. It was difficult at first, I think, for all of us to get back to playing together and listening to each other when we've probably all been used to just playing on our own. And as a section, because the cello being part of quite a large section, you have to be able to listen to each other and play together, and that's absolutely key. We have to sound as if we're almost one instrument, and part of that is following, the lead of the section. And it's very difficult to watch her bow move, or usually it's almost imperceptible movements. You feel them. Sitting slightly further away is making that a little bit more difficult than usual. My day job, I'm a hospital doctor. I'm a consultant in anaesthetics and intensive care. Although for the last year, I haven't really given many anaesthetics. I've been mostly full-time in intensive care. Professionally, it's been a tough time. It's not something we ever really, I think, prepared for. I think we were always aware that there was going to be a virus at some point. That was going to be the thing that was going to knock out the NHS. And people were very scared. The nursing staff in particular on ICU were very, very scared because they knew they were going to be right in there as close as possible to the patients. The downtime was still quite an anxious time because you were keeping up with social media. We were having meetings all the time. How many patients have we got? How many more beds can we open? How much more can we cope with? Is it going to end? So it's been quite a difficult time. In ordinary times, music to me is I really focus on the orchestral playing. Orchestral playing is what I love to do, and it's been a way of meeting people outside of work, and also I think because you share a kind of common goal, you always have something in common with people in orchestras, and it's been a real constant in my life.
Music's a huge part of my life. It's always been there. Apart from work, probably the biggest thing in my life, perhaps even bigger than work. That's better. It's a fantastic privilege for me to be able to play in the Haffner. I feel very lucky to be able to play in such a good orchestra, as I only started playing the horn about 10 years ago. It's been great to be back in a group again. I mean, the horn is, as a solo instrument, is difficult to play, and it's much better being in a section. Playing as a section of four horns is a great feeling.
I've been playing in the Haffner since it almost first began, so it's totally part of my life. Music's everything to me, really. During the pandemic, I did lots of practice, which was a really good routine, which I found kept me going, and worked towards diploma, which was a really good discipline. I grew up with music because my brother wanted a fiddle in his band, so that was one reason for learning violin, to play dance music in Scotland for people dancing. But I was already playing the piano, and I ended up going to the Royal College of Music. I like the discipline of playing in an orchestra, and I like seeing the people that I've known for so many years.
Music has had a huge impact from when I was a young child, albeit listening to music, playing the piano regularly, and playing, well, it used to be the clarinet, moving on to the bassoon. It is a huge part of my life. I have played in the Haffner for a number of years, pre-2005, and since I rejoined something like 2017, 2018, it has been marvellous to play with a regular group of people on a regular basis. So you really do get to know each other's game, as it were. So it's been fabulous getting back together. It's like a drug with me. It really is. I cannot go a day without getting my bassoon out or playing the piano.
It's wonderful to be back again, playing, making music with friends. I don't think there's anything quite like the joy and the thrill of playing in an orchestra.